static induction thyristor SIT. So figure A shows a basic structure of static induction thyristor and figure B shows the symbol. The static induction thyristor is also known as field control thyristor, that is FCT, and is basically a P plus N and N plus diode with buried P plus grid-like gate structure. The P plus layer is added at the anode side. Now, if we make anode positive with respect to cathode, the holes are injected from anode side P plus region into N region, and therefore N region is saturated with minority carriers that are nothing but holes. Thus, it is a minority carrier device. So we can say that the static induction thyristor SIT is mainly minority carrier device. Without any gate voltage, positive anode to cathode voltage causes conduction, and hence it is normally on device. So if we compare this SIT with GTO, we can say that SIT is on device whereas GTO is off device. So this is one of the important comparison between SIT and GTO. It is a device that does not have reverse blocking capability due to emitter shorting needed for high speed operation, whereas this reverse blocking capability is possible in GTO. If gate is reverse bias with respect to cathode, that is, if we apply the negative voltage with respect to cathode, a depletion layer is formed at buried gates and the anode current is blocked. Thus, by doing this so, we can turn off the device by negative gate pulse. So by applying a positive gate pulse, we can turn on the device, whereas by applying negative gate pulse, we can turn off the device. The turn off behavior of SIT is similar to GTO, that is, negative gate current is large and anode tail current is observed. That is nothing but when we apply a negative gate current, we can turn off the device, and when we apply a positive gate current, we can turn on the device. Thus, SIT, that is static induction thyristor, is self-controlled GTO-like on-off device. The device can be turned on by positive gate voltage applied to gate like normal thyristor. So, since we can turn on this SIT by applying a positive gate voltage, so whatever the characteristics of SIT is similar to that of MOSFET, because MOSFET can be turned on in similar way by applying a positive gate voltage. Now we'll see the comparison of static induction thyristor with GTO. Static induction thyristor is normally on device, whereas GTO is normally off device. The conduction drop in SIT is higher than that of GTO because normally the SIT is on device whereas GTO is off device. So the conduction drop will be much higher in case of SIT rather than GTO. The turn off current gain is lower compared to GTO. Both SIT and GTO show long tail time, that is TT, so the time required to turn off will be high. The switching time of SIT is of order 1 to 6 microseconds. Hence, the switching frequency is higher than that of GTO. So, since the switching frequency is higher, we can use this device for many applications where the frequency requirement is higher. The safe operating area of SIT is improved. So if you compare the operating area with GTO, uh, the SIT has large operating safe area. SIT is used in medium power application with frequency range higher than that used for GTO. For example, induction heating and static work compensation. So at here we can use this static induction thyristor where the switching frequencies are higher as per the requirements.